good morning. Welcome back to Adventures in Music with me, Jim, where we listen to, talk about and do all sorts of things music-y. Today's video is kind of an interview, it's a bit of a chat, it's a bit of an introduction. As you may have seen on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere else that social media exists. But there is a new podcast coming up. It's called Bad Dog Sessions, and it's hosted by Anne-Claire Rallo from Bad Dog Promotions and by me. And this is an interview chat between the two of us, just setting the scene, explaining what it is. Just to let you know, when it actually comes to doing the proper podcast in due course, where the microphones will be improved, the sound quality will be much better. This is really just a chat as an introduction. Anne-Claire's on her phone, I'm here in the studio here. It's all over Zoom, so the quality is a little bit wibbly wobbly, but fear not, because the podcast itself will be in high definition, but it'll be good. Anyway, over to the video, and hope you enjoy it. I'm going to have a little chat. I'm chatting with Anne-Claire Rallo from Bad Dog Promotions, I think. Is it Bad Dog Promotions?
That's it, yeah. Hello, Jim.
Anne-Claire, hello, hi, welcome to the channel. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. How are you?
Yeah, really, really good. So just to sort of explain a little bit that some people probably know you already. There's your face pops up and crops up all over the place, certainly on social media, whereby a lot of bands have come to you for help with their promotion, and you're involved in bands, you play in a band, you have musicians that you work with, all sorts of stuff. So you're not unfamiliar to the scene. But we've been chatting on and off for sort of maybe a year or so on Facebook, and thought, wouldn't it be really nice? Yeah, I mean, we've got both got different viewpoints of stuff that's going on. Wouldn't it be quite nice to have a sort of not every week, but sort of a fairly regular sort of chat on here, maybe to make a little podcast talking about your bands, talking about the scene in general, what's going on, and see what happens.
Yeah, as you said, I mean, people who follow your channel, most of them, well, not most of them, but at least a few of them know, Bad Dog, and because the artist I'm promoting are mostly prog, and vice versa. I mean, some people that follow me might know you as well. So that would be good to gather people and around general topics about music and the prog scene and all that. Yeah,
talk about the same stuff. So I just sort of get a bit of background. You are French, I guess, and but you're based in the UK now. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, that's it. For 7 or 8 years now. Yeah.
Okay. And do you still work with bands that are in France, or are they from all over the place?
I do. Actually, that's the good point with my activity is I can't work worldwide, So I have bands from the States, from Norway, from Italy, from France, from the UK. So that's really interesting.
Yeah. So who are the people you're working with at the minute? Do you have a roster of bands you're working with, or do you have people just come for one project and then disappear, or how does it work?
Oh, I have a roster. There's a lot of releases, so I try not to take too many releases at the same time. But it's ongoing. I mean, some artists, most of the artists I have, come back to me for the next releases. Okay. Like Nick Fletcher will release his new album, quickly in the next few weeks or next month. I've done 2 albums with him already. A lot of artists like that come back to me, so that's a good sign. But yeah, of course, the roster I have is active. I mean, the campaign are active when they release their album. After that, I still have feedback I forward, or I still promote them, if I have the opportunity. But the really active part of the campaigns, I have maybe 10, 12 artists at the moment, and that's the max I can, at the same time.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And especially because you've got your own band going as well. So that takes a bit of time. Talk a little bit about your band.
It's called Nine Skies.
Yes.
Actually, at the moment, we're not touring because because half of the band is in France and half of the band is in the UK, which is not really, the issue. The issue, as you may know, is to tour. We need, of course, to make sure we can travel and all that. Yeah. So yeah, it's a bit complicated. I mean, if really we have the opportunity, we will, for sure. But we have released like a few albums already with a few guests, fantastic guests who are really lucky, like Steve Hackett, Clive Nolan, and then a lot of guests. So, well, you can, people can listen to, everything is online and all that. And we're recording the new album at the moment, but I think it will be ready to be released like next year, end of next year, not before.
Okay. So still in the writing stage or recording?
Yeah, the demo is written, but now the musician has to record the instrument and the singer, of course, to record the vocals and all that. So it takes time. And then the mix and the master. So you know the story.
Yeah, I do. So I
released a side project to Nine Skies recently, which is called Frantic. So the first album has been out last year, and I'm working as well on the second one with Alexandre Lamia, my mate from Nine Skies. So that's basically the same team. The singers are different, but we have, the drummer, the bass player, Alex from Nine Skies. Mm-hmm. The music is a bit different, but I like to work with these people. So
yeah. So I've been in bands before and done recording. So not quite maybe to the level you're at, but it's a really interesting process, recording, and especially if do you record yourselves or do you go to a studio?
Well, that's the advantage nowadays. I mean, ideally, really, if you can afford it, you still record the drums in a studio. Yeah, really a proper sound that's really organic and really. That's really important. But I mean, to be honest, on the last record we did, Johnny, the drummer, recorded at home with his, electronic drum, and Alex managed to with some plugin and all that to mix really a good sound. So you can, still manage that, and that's quite good. I mean, that nowadays everyone can record. Well, everyone. I mean, that's much more easy than. If you remember Pink Floyd when they have, to make a fade dot to expand the band and all that, that was really, So no.
Yeah. Did you watch that interview that Rick Beato did with David Gilmour recently?
Not the whole thing. I started, yeah.
Yeah, but that was very, very interesting because he was talking about how they were doing the multi-track recording for Dark Side of the Moon back in the early 1970s. And that obviously at that stage, they didn't even have tape blocks for cutting the tape. They were sort of cutting it with scissors and sticking it together and trying to bounce it. I think they had something like, they recorded onto 8 tracks and then bounced the 8 tracks onto something else. Or they had another 8-track recorder, which they then clicked up to it, which kind of went out of sync. So they were trying to keep all this stuff going. It's incredible now. If you sort of listen back to it, it's such an amazing sounding record, but it was recorded so almost primitively compared with what luxury and tools we have nowadays.
Yeah. And I think I've read that, to do the fade out I was talking about, they have to pull the band, the I don't know what you call that in English. And if they missed, they have to re-record everything. Yeah. So it was really...
I know, it's crazy.
But nowadays it has become really, really easy, which is at the same time a good thing, and which is of course what makes the thing difficult for artists to be to have a good exposure, because there's so many artists nowadays. You can listen just by turning on your phone or your computer. So that I think that's why maybe promotion is back to be really important nowadays. Maybe more than previously when you have a band like Led Zeppelin we were talking about, or Pink Floyd, because nowadays there's millions of thousands of bands, which is good, but which is, if you just release the best record you can do, it's cool. But if you don't, if you just sit and wait for people to get it, that doesn't work. No, so you have to get to for this exposure.
I think we've got we've got a double-edged sword at the minute, because we've got this incredible world of music which is available. Every tune that's ever been recorded by every artist is at your fingertips, which sounds great, but it then becomes impossible to actually choose something to listen to because there's just so much there. Where do you start? So I think that, and I'm not trying to sort of be big-headed or blow my own trumpet here, but a lot of people enjoy my channel because it sort of helps filter some of the music, so people come to it for music recommendations. I mean, that's not the only thing. That's a portion of it, but I think that we are missing what we used to have sort of 20 years ago is radio or dedicated programs on TV and stuff where I don't know, there was a filter so that the quality good music was always there. But because there is so much now, an awful lot of it is not good. And it's difficult to know what is going to be good and what isn't. And if there's only a limited amount of time, where do you go? How do you find it? So you're right, promotion is vitally important.
I think, I mean, what you say is right, because that's the general trend, actually, with social media and all that. We're just overwhelmed. We're so overwhelmed with so much information, all the time, each second and all that. So that's the same with music. We just, I'm listening to a lot of music, from classical to extreme metal, from prog. Really, I'm listening to everything. And even myself, like you said, sometimes I'm like, oh, I missed that one, or I don't know what's that? Or I'm like, oh, I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But I think that's the issue with social media nowadays. We just, spend all day like being stressed and overwhelmed by all the information coming up, and music included. Yeah. So you're right, getting this filter, people will recognize their taste and themselves into your channel or into my company that said, okay, I would check that because, I'm used to have an affinity with that, and so that can help. Yeah.
How do you choose the bands that you work with? Do you have to like the music, or is it a commercial thing?
First of all, I'm not running after artists, which is a great chance I have. So far, that's always artists who come to me.
Yeah.
I'm not spamming artists or asking them on Facebook and say, I have that to sell. No, they're coming to me and they ask me how it works and what it is. So that's really the good thing. After that, that's two different things. There's the artist, like I said, which I know, even personally, like Nick Fletcher, we're talking about him, or Christopher Guidel, know that they're coming back to me for the next release because they were happy, they're happy in the way we're working. And then when a new band come to me and ask me for a quote or ask me how I'm working, the first thing I'm checking is the style of music, not even if I like or not.
Yeah.
Because I made the decision, when I started Bad Dog, I was like metal, rock, prog, a bit of everything. I made the decision to really focus on prog. Could be metal prog, could be, jazz prog, could be fusion, whatever. I need a bit of prog. Just because that's the field that's not the music I love the most. I love every music. I love metal, I love, But that's the field I'm the most confident because I know everyone. I've got the best results with that. I'm really comfortable with that, and I can make sure to my artists they will have a good feedback. With promotion.
Yeah.
Because I've seen so many. When I started Bad Dog, I did not say I was starting a company, but I was starting from nothing, so I asked quote from other agency to see how they work and all that. And I paid one or two once for metal campaigns and like that, and they don't even give you any feedback.
Oh, really?
Some of them, I'm not saying, but some of them you pay, they send a wave of email or two, but they don't even send you after that if you have a review or not. You have to check by yourself. And I was like, no, that's not the way I want to work. So that's the first thing. Like yesterday evening, I had a band from Norway who came to me and they rock beats like the Dead Daisies, and I love the Dead Daisies. And I love what they're doing. The video is brilliant, really professional. But I told them, I have to be honest. You're really 100% rock. There's no bit of prog here. So, of course, I have the contacts. But I'm not as close as, to them to make sure you will have really a great campaign feedback. So it's up to you, but I'm more into prog. So that's the first thing.
Yeah.
After that, of course, I have to make sure I love the music, and I love most important I need something with the people and the artist,
Yeah, a connection.
To share the same vision, and I need to make sure, because there's so many artists which are so true and deserve really a lot, you know what I mean? And that's not their job, and that they're doing that aside, and you're like, you would deserve, more than maybe someone really gifted. And so I really need this specific relation and bond, with my artist. So that's the two first thing really that I check.
Okay. So looking forward, as I say, we're hopefully going to have this podcast going. We've sort of bounced around, had a few ideas of names. Bad Adventures, I think, was one. That actually doesn't sound very good, does it?
No, you said that. But we have a list, and I'm pretty sure we had one or two names we decided to go with. So
I think we eventually came up with the Bad Dog Sessions, I think
so, yeah.
Which I think sounds pretty cool. So
that was the title, and we had a little sentence as well, which was, under the title. But
yeah. So at some point, on some undisclosed point in the sort of not too distant future, watch this space. There will be a podcast coming this way, featuring yours truly and Anne-Claire, talking about the music of today, the bands that are coming through, who to look out for. So sort of grassroots stuff and all that. And I think it's going to be really, really sort of interesting, exciting times.
Yeah, and join and watch, because we need your insight as well, your comment, and to know what people think. Because of course, we always have different point of view, but that's good to share.
Yeah. So outside of your company and who you're working with, are there any sort of exciting bands that you've seen recently or know about? Who's interesting and exciting that you have come across recently?
Who I've seen recently? Oh God,
I know there's a lot.
No, that just my memory is so awful. Well, I've seen Steven Wilson for his tour, of course.
Yeah.
But
I saw that as well.
Yeah.
That was wonderful, wasn't it? Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's amazing. Well, that's not the first time I saw him. I saw Porcupine Tree and all that, so I'm used to. But yeah, that was really amazing. So I've seen I've seen a lot, but last year I've seen AC/DC.
Oh, really?
But I've never. Yeah, that was the first time I've never. So I said, okay, maybe that's my last chance to see them. In London.
Yeah.
But that's to talk about a big show. I'm going as well, to more smaller show. I'm really excited because mid-October I'm going in Bristol to see Tamino, and I know not a lot of people know him. So just go and check online Tamino, because he's Belgian Egyptian, I think, mix. He's got a mix of Jeff Buckley and I don't know, but I really love his music. So yeah, that's the next.
So what's his name? Dan? Do you say?
Tamino. Tamino.
Okay, Damigo.
That's not prog, that's more pop rock, but yeah, that's I really like what he's doing.
I'm a bit worried about going to see AC/DC now. I think they are. I really wished I had seen them. I've never seen them, but I wished I'd seen them. I'd wished I'd seen them 25, 30 years ago, and I think now I don't know if I want to see them. I think it might be, although you've had a good experience.
Yeah, I was a bit like that, but actually I think he did a great job if you're talking about the vocals, of course. Well, and Gus is just still and Gus. So that was just more the thing, like, they're here. I'm here, and that's just the vibe. That's you're just overwhelmed by this feeling when you're with them. So, and I will try to. I'm not sure I will do it, but I will try to see Robert Plant again. He's touring.
Okay.
I've seen him already on stage, solo, of course, not Led Zeppelin, because I think I wasn't born, but. So he's got a new album coming, so he's touring. So maybe I will. That's just because I'm a bit far from where he's playing, but I will try.
Whereabouts in the UK are you?
I'm in Swindon now.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in the Berkshire, like Reading, Newbury, all that area.
Oh, you're still you're still in the West Country.
Yeah, where the south. Yeah, 1 year ago I moved to Swindon, just a bit west. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm close to Bristol, Oxford, all that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And my sister lives in Bristol. So lovely. Really? It's a lovely, lovely city. Although it's very hilly and it always rains. Whenever I go there, it's always raining.
What do you expect?
Say again.
But Bristol is really like that.
Yeah. So many hills.
Yeah.
But it is a lovely, lovely city. It's there's so much happening there. It's a really exciting city, I find.
A lot of music as well. Yeah. Good city music. But I think that's quite young because there's a university. And last time I went, you were asking about the gig. I went to see Youngblood.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was like not a big show, that was like a private show in a little venue, not a long show as well, really. But that was what I like to see him, like in a small thing like that, not thousands of people in the stadium like he's doing in the States. Yeah. But yeah, Bristol is amazing for live music, right?
Yeah, he played in Milton Keynes over the summer. Had a festival called Bloodfest. I didn't go to it.
I think he did that.
Yeah, he was very successful as far as I know. What was I going to say? So
he created this festival because he
last year
doesn't want to pay a festival for the ticket prices.
That's it.
So he just wants to know all these things. So he just put the prices down, and it's working well. So that's cool.
Yeah. So it's a good thing. I saw Iron Maiden at the London Stadium, sort of the West Ham home. So their big 50th anniversary thing. That was it was a huge show, but it was also a real sense of occasion because of the anniversary being sort of 50 years since the band started, and also being at that location, sort of the home of West Ham, which is very, very important to Iron Maiden as well. So I kind of was a little bit worried. I mean, I've seen Iron Maiden a lot of times. They're one of my favourite bands ever. Well, they are my favourite band ever. But the older they get, it's a little bit like my sort of thought with AC/DC. I thought, are they still going to be able to do it? But absolutely, they were amazing. It's absolutely incredible still. And
I've never seen them. Everyone is saying that. Yeah, everyone was going to see them. It's like it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's something you have to watch and to live on stage. Like that's like we love it. That's like Kiss. It's a bit like Maiden. I'm not listening a lot. I'm not listening at all. Actually, that's not. I don't like the music. I don't listening to that. And I went to see them in London. I was like, wow, what a show! Okay.
I've only seen Kiss once, and it was on one of their very many farewell shows, which they seem to do every sort of few years. They have another sort of, now we're retiring, this is the farewell show. So okay, we'll sell some more tickets. But that was at Download. Have you ever been to Download, the festival?
No, unfortunately, not yet.
No. So I went to that. I go not every year, but I go sort of fairly frequently. And they played there, I think 4-5 years ago, and I'd never seen them before. And I thought, this is going to be a bit cheesy and a bit corny. But oh my god, it was brilliant! It was so much fun. And I appreciate that. Actually, if I go and see them again, it'll be exactly the same show because it is so theatrical. It's the same thing over and over. And a lot of people say, "Oh God, same old thing." I say, "I know, but I've not seen it. It's brilliant."
That's what I mean. That's some bands you have to see them on stage, and that's like Ozzy. I saw him. I was lucky enough to see him on stage on solo, and that's just amazing.
Yeah. Now, what have you got going on for the rest of this week? You're busy, aren't you?
Yeah, actually, but I send a lot of stuff. On the Monday, I like to do the most I can, but I don't want to spam too much my friends for the reviews and all that. So, like, no, I have Nick Fletcher album we were talking about. I sent yesterday. I'm starting to send the press kit. I have a brilliant band from Poland, Pin Drop. They played for Marillion weekend. For first part.
Yeah.
So I need to send that over the week, and I have a few press kit to finalize, and of course I have the ongoing campaign. So no, at the moment I'm not bored. I'm really busy. That's good. I'm not complaining.
No. So Pin Drop, you're saying they've played on the Marillion weekend. Do you know the Marillion guys?
Oh yeah, well I know, not personally, but I mean, like, they close there to their fans. So it happens for once or twice I had to speak to Lucy, or they send me a card and for some occasion, and after each live, I want to go Steve Rotary as well. So I know them, like that. I mean, they will recognize me if you know. But Steve Rotary, I was lucky enough to have him playing a solo on one album I released.
Oh, that's nice.
His singer, Ricardo Romano, was the singer of my band Night Skies for the tour, and we were really close friends with Ricardo. He's a brilliant musician. So he's playing with Ran Astral, he's playing with Del Foster Band, he's playing with Steve Rotary Band, with Steve Hogarth as well.
Yeah.
So, but they're lovely. They're really, that band I just created, the attitude you have to adopt with your fan, I think.
Really. They've got such a close relationship with the fans. It's
they managed to big family, really. That's amazing. Yeah,
it's very clever. I don't even think I don't know they were trying to be clever, but I think they're just being honest and true. And
that's it.
There's a lot of cynicism in the industry, and I think they are not. And I think that's a really lovely thing, and it's just worked for them because people recognise honesty, I guess.
Yeah, that's it.
I also, not that I'm stalking or anything like that, but I have looked through a lot of the links that are on your website and go through to places. You've got musicians that work with you. I see you've got Adam Holzman on your books. Do you represent him as a session musician?
Actually, we talked because he played on the last record we released with Night Skies. He recorded an amazing solo. That's, you know him.
Yeah, I do. I've interviewed him a few times.
He's a lovely guy as well. He's genuine. We were talking about Marillion, but Adam is just like that. And I asked him, if you want, I'm because I had decided to start with, session musician and all that. I don't really have the time at the moment, as much as time as I would like to take care of that. But he said, okay, I would be interested. So I have John Hackett as well. So I don't represent really Adam, but we had a call when he was touring, in the UK.
Yes.
We were supposed to meet after the live show, and we missed each other when it was a bit. And then after he said me, can you come to London? But I was really far from London when they were playing, so I tell him, I'm 2 hours, just 1 way tour.
Yeah.
So I think once the tour is done in the States, we'll give him another call to see how we can do. But basically I'm not representing him for PR or anything, but just he's on my session book, for session musician for now.
No, he is a lovely guy. I didn't know a lot of the background before I started interviewing him, but I've interviewed him now 2 or 3 times, I think, for the channel. And he actually enjoys it. So he sent me a message. Anytime you want me back on, I'll come back again. So we've chatted, but it's finding out all about his childhood, growing up with his dad, and the record label and the Doors and Queen, and then him working with Miles Davis and all this stuff. It's it's incredible.
And I think at the end he finally become the manager or something like that to Miles.
Yeah, he was his musical director for Tutu. Yeah. So that's a great thing to have. And John Mitchell, does he work with you as well?
Yeah. He recorded as well on the Night Skies album, and we did a few shows. I'm trying to organize a few shows sometime, not organize myself, but I'm working with a lot of festivals, which are great.
Yeah.
Like the Wokingham Festival. They're doing an amazing job.
The which
Frogford Port.
Which one was that? Sorry?
Frogford Port. Sorry?
What was the festival called?
Wokingham.
Oh, Wokingham. Right. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Rockford Port, the Fusion, Steve is doing an amazing job as well, Fusion Festival. So as soon as I can, when they ask me, do you have a band in mind, or that doesn't mean that call them, but
yeah.
I'm saying, yeah, maybe that could be a good fit, or yeah.
Yeah, fantastical.
So I'm not really booking gigs. I'm telling to everyone who can listen here, don't write to me to ask me to make you touring. I'm not a booker. I'm just promoting dates. But of course, I recommend artists from my roster when my partners who are doing, live ask me. So
yeah. Cool. Well, I suppose as a sort of introduction to yourself, an introduction to what we might be doing, I think we're probably sort of getting towards the end of what we can talk about. But it's been
almost, because I want to know what was the biggest interview, or the latest one you did, or the next one you will do, or what's up with you?
I don't know. There have been some really cool ones. I did an interview with Jordan Rudess from Dream Theatre.
Oh, I saw that,
which was fantastic. But what
I've been talking to the long guy as well.
He then decided he's going to play something for me on the piano, which this is going to be magic. This is going to be amazing. Oh, brilliant! But of course, he was doing his video on a phone, so he just plonked the phone down next to the piano, and all we had was about 2 minutes of distortion as he was plonking away because it was overloading the microphone. I said, "How do I say to this legend that is Jordan Rudess? It didn't really work very well." So bravo, that was brilliant. I'm sure it sounded good, but I don't know. That was very funny. Who else was there? There was I was meant to be interviewing Tony Levin, but that's sort of kind of fallen through, unfortunately. That was going to be sort of coming up, but that's not happening. I did chat to I'm trying to remember the guy's name. Is Trevor Rabin.
I love him.
Yeah, Trevor Rabin.
Guitarist that has been playing in his band that I can name because I'm not a huge fan, and everyone will say, "What? You don't like them?" But I love his guitar playing.
I thought he was very interesting to talk to, and not just about sort of but about the film music he does. He's that's kind of what he does, and has been doing for a long time, is writing this amazing film music, all the scores for these huge films. And so I had no idea, but he's done loads of it.
Yeah, I know, I'm amazing. Yeah.
But I mean, there's loads. As I say, Adam Holzman. I've chatted to Mikko von Hertzen. Do you know the von Hertzen brothers? Yeah, so Mikko's a lovely guy. I had a good chat with him. I can't remember who else. Lots of people. But I haven't got anything specific at the minute lined up, coming up.
Okay. Well, that's good. That would be a surprise then.
Yeah, but if you've got anybody you want to sort of put in front of me, then bring it on.
I was just, when you said that, I was just like, maybe I have someone for you. I will send you the message.
But so there we go. That's I think I can't think of anything else particularly we need to talk about today, but it was really lovely to sort of meet you and to sort of get to chat a bit more. Hopefully the audience, you guys out there in YouTube land, will sort of know who we both are now, so that when the videos and podcasts eventually pop up, it won't be an unknown quantity. So
that's it. That was the point of this little chat today, so people can, used to.
Well, thanks for making some time. It was lovely to chat again. And
always.
And next time we'll have something specific to talk about, I guess.
People, brace yourself.
Yeah. All right. Well, cheers. Thanks ever so much. Take care and see you on the next video. Bye-bye.